Hi. Okay, so for me it's 4th of July, and I'm not going to be working today. And you would think, oh, of course, 4th of July you're not going to be working. If you thought that, then you just don't know me. The reason why I'm not working is because I'm supposed to be recording audio. I'm still working my audiobook, and my voice sounds like this. Why does it sound like this? You know, it's your typical reason. You know, it's like the day before 4th of July and your friend texts you saying, hey, it's basically a Friday, we should go out. So you say, oh, okay, I'll go out. And you drive down to Little Tokyo and then you park your car, and then in the car you have 3 shots of tequila. But you know the good stuff, the stuff that doesn't give you a hangover. So you have 3 shots of tequila. And you walk from your car to go to your friend, and because you've been fasting for 22 hours, it hits you like right away. And you have your sushi and you have your pork cutlet, and then you're not really full because you've been fasting for 22 hours, but your friend has put her name in on a list of another restaurant that has a 2-hour wait, and as you're paying the bill, the text comes in saying that your appointment is ready. So you walk from that restaurant, since you're still hungry, to the other restaurant, but this one's a really cool one where they have sushi on a conveyor belt, and it comes around, and when you order something special, they send it on a conveyor belt right to your table. Like, it's super cool. So you keep eating, and you are so full afterwards that you decide to go and have some ice cream and Salt and Straw, and you have like a cup of really good tasting ice cream, and you're eating the ice cream and you're walking to a bar where they have like arcade games. So you're eating the food, that, and then you go to the bar and you don't like that one, so you go to a brewery which is close by, but you don't like that one, so you go to another brewery where you have a drink, but then you decide to go to the final place for the night, which is a place where you can go dancing, and you have 2 more drinks and you dance the rest of the night. But then you leave at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to Jack in the Box to have yourself another burger and some fries. Yeah, but you know, it's your typical day before 4th of July celebration, right? That's what everyone does, right? Anywho, so because of that and the screaming I did all night long, my voice sounds like this, and I can now no longer record an audiobook until my voice comes back to normal. So I thought instead I would talk about something in celebration of my book going to Amazon. So now you can finally get it at Amazon, which also means you can't get it anywhere else. But the book you get on Amazon, Aladdin's Jasmine, it will have my other MMF bisexual fairy tales in it. So it's a collection of stories, only for 99 cents. Check it out. But what I wanted to talk about was something that I don't think I have. First of all, I've never talked about it on a video before. And I've also never talked to another bisexual about this before. So you tell me if this is something that you can relate to, whether you're male or female. I'm going to talk about it from a male perspective, and that is bisexual male guilt. Okay, so now here's why this is coming up. So when I was writing Aladdin's Jasmine, first of all, when I write any of my books, I enjoy writing bisexual romance because it allows me to be able to explore my bisexuality in a way that I can in other books. And honestly, that's what makes my books different from like the other bisexual romance authors out there. The best-selling MMF bisexual romances are 2 other women, and they write. It's just not the same. It's just a romance, but it's a threesome. But when I write like, I try and put my experience as a bisexual in there. So when I was writing Aladdin's Jasmine, and I hope I'm not giving away too much. I think this is in the description. When Jasmine escapes the palace, she does it by dressing as a boy. So when Aladdin meets Jasmine, she meets him as Jamar. And he becomes attracted to Jamar. And he tries to make things happen with Jamar. And he kind of falls for Jamar, thinking it's a boy. And then he finds out that it's not a boy. It's actually Princess Jasmine. And he is like, this is good. Because he, before Jamar Jasmine, had only been attracted to guys. Like, he had done stuff with guys. He had sex with guys before. And he had always kind of played off his attraction to women, saying, like, at some point I'm going to get married, and that point, I'll have a wife. But here it is, he's only been with guys, and in his mind, he kind of knows he's attracted to guys, only attracted to guys, and he meets this woman, he's attracted to her, and he falls in love with her. But in the back of his mind, he's thinking, wow, I have to accept that I am truly highly sexually attracted to guys. And yet, I'm in love with this woman for multiple reasons. What's going to happen in the future? am I going to be able to continue to be in love with her in the future, knowing that I have a very strong sexual attraction to guys? And that is something, I wrote that, like there's a point where he like, that idea comes together and the resolution of that idea comes together. And I stopped writing and I immediately signed up for a dating site. And I was like, you know what? I get it now. I understand. Like I dealt with in my head in Aladdin's while writing Aladdin's Jasmine, I dealt with this issue. Like I came to resolution of this issue while writing the book, so much so that I immediately stopped writing and I joined a dating site, a specific dating site. In fact, I'll talk about that dating site later, but it's one specifically for bisexuals, the best one I've ever found for bisexuals. Talk about it later. But tell me if this is familiar to you, because for my entire life, I have had a lot of guilt about getting into relationships with women because I know that my sexual attraction to women is not as high as my sexual attraction to men. I have a strong attraction to women, but it's just not as high as for guys. So I've always had this sort of like guilt, hesitation to be in a relationship with women because I know that I will never be as infatuated with them as I theoretically could be to a guy. Now granted, I've never met a guy, like the closest I've ever had to really having a full attraction to a guy is the guy I was in love with, the last guy I was interested in. But before that, we're talking many years of nothing. So I've always kind of like, I've always been hesitant. There's always been this guilt about like about having an attraction to a guy at the same time as having an attraction to, having more of an attraction to the other gender, other than your primary gender. Is this familiar with you? Have you felt this? Because I've never heard this talked about anywhere. Like I've never talked about this with my bisexual friends. I've never heard this come up like when I used to go to like round tables on bisexuality. This has never come up. It's that guilt. It's that bisexual guilt of should I be in a relationship with this person even though I know that I generally have stronger sexual attractions to another gender. I have come to resolution of that, and writing Aladdin's Jasmine is what kind of helped me come to resolution, because there was one point in the story where Aladdin goes, you know what? Maybe it's not necessary to, and I forget how I write it in the book. It's much better written in the book. But maybe it's not necessary for one person to satisfy all of your needs. And I think that's 100% true. Like, you get married, no matter who you get married to, they're not going to be able to satisfy everything. Like, intellectually, you know, in terms of entertainment, in terms of support, in terms of whatever. Like, no one human being will ever be able to fulfill all of your needs. So maybe, like, dating someone who you have a romantic attraction to level 10 and a sexual attraction to level 5 is better than someone who you have a level 10 sexual attraction to but a level 4 or 3 romantic attraction to. Like, I just came to the conclusion that, you know, sometimes it's good enough. Like, you can't expect perfection. And yes, you can expect to be attracted to other people when you're in a relationship with somebody. Like, that just happens. That's just the way life is. So, yeah. Having done that, like having realized that, like having written Aladdin's Jasmine, and just like having it filtered through my mind and then out onto the page, it just made me go, yeah, it's okay. It is okay to have varying sexual attractions to, you know, the gender that you're with versus the one that you're not. The one you choose versus the one you're not. Has anyone gone through this kind of dilemma? Because it has really wreaked havoc on my dating life for a long time. So much so. And then of course, and the dating app. I'll just mention the dating app that I signed up for, which is Feeld, Feeld. It is like the best dating app for bisexuals. Honestly, I'm gonna do an entire video on it at some point because there's so many bisexuals on it, and even the straight people who are on it are basically on there looking for bisexuals. Like it is. Yeah, I'll talk more about it later. But for right now, so what do you think? So again, this is like one of the things I talked about in Aladdin's Jasmine. Yes, it's a romance, and yes, it's, you know, all those things, but, you know, it's one of the things I got to explore in this particular story, which I hope you should check out because now it's on Amazon, and it's with a collection of other stories, bisexual romances. So what do you think? You let me know in the comment section. Let's chat about this. Is it just me? Is it just me acting crazy? Or is it like, you know, everybody? Anyway, that's the video. You know, belated happy 4th of July. And I guess I'll just talk to you next time. Stay cooler, my bisexual and reader friends. Stay cooler. Bye.